Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the BAM Sports Show. I am your host, Blake. It is Tuesday, July 19th, and I am joined, as always, with my dude, Ryan. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah,
Just
how was your
had
weekend?
a long, full of painting.
In your dad's house?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we're trucking along.
You
Ready
gotta be
to
getting close, right?
ready to be done with it.
What else do you have left to do?
It's a lot of painting. Just painting the terrible stuff.
I mean, that's not too bad, though. At least you can, get high and zone out, listen to some music.
I don't know if I should do that and expect a good job.
I mean, it's not that difficult. It's just time consuming. And the expression watching paint dry.
Oh my! I did that last night. I had to
Oh,
wait
that's
for a
awful.
coat of primer to dry.
Oh, that does not sound like fun.
No, it's paint. In case you were wondering, so it was literally watching paint dry.
Yep. We're gonna have many of those nights in the new build, I'm sure, to figure something out, keep myself busy. So, well, all right. Well, let's get right into it tonight. We've got MLB draft. We've got the EA Madden ratings. We got home run derby controversy. And we've got Juan Soto. I know you want to get onto that one. So let's start with what do you want to start? We want to start with draft, or you want to
Yeah.
start with derby?
Well, so I don't want to get into a full draft breakdown yet because there's
No. Oh
40
no.
rounds of it, and I'd like to have some time to deal or to really zone in on it. Overall, I think the Cubs went insane. Now, obviously, we're going to talk about the Cubs because we're both Cubs fans, and
Indeed.
you know, I at this point have paid more attention to what they have done than anybody else. First 10 picks, they've had 9 pitchers.
Yeah.
I've never seen them do that before. Dan
That
Kantrovitz is he's got his eye on some folks.
that was I guess the take that I took from what I've seen is they are taking a lot of high risk,
Yeah.
high upside guys. Like
Yep.
they are showing a confidence in their ability to develop pitching, which I would have to agree with them. So that's exciting. It's
Hmm.
it's exciting. It could be, it could be crazy to see what they end up producing.
Yeah, and I like that Cade Horton that the Cubs got in the first round. I think he was a surprise. He was rocketing up the charts. But I think these guys have these guys, as in Dan Kantrovitz and Carter Hawkins of the Cubs. They've got a history of a good track record with finding dudes in the draft. So, yeah, pretty pleased so far.
That's awesome. I'm not, and I say this with love and respect. I'm not a big nerd like you are on this shit. Like you and Rob were going back and forth in the group chat, and I was like, yeah. Like I feel like my wife, yay sports, like
Right?
it's just not my cup of tea. But like college football, like you know how it is. So, but so far you're thrilled with what you've seen for the Cubs.
I wouldn't say thrilled. I'm just saying I'm happy with it. Thrilled would have been them going with, I guess, a BPA there instead of a pure scouting play. And who knows, I might have been a BPA on their board. They have way more access to information. But there was some dudes that I liked ahead of this guy for sure that got picked after him. I would have
And
loved
we
to
took
have.
McGuire's son.
Yeah, I don't think he's major league. You know, I don't think that's in his future.
Well, Mark wouldn't have been either without
Steroids.
steroids.
But there was a guy that I really
Hot
liked.
take.
The Kevin Parada went to the Mets, uh, top of the line catching prospect.
Hmm.
So, which makes me wonder: are they going to trade their top line prospect to the Cubs for Wilson Contreras.
I mean,
They won't. I don't.
why wouldn't they?
Because he's like the number one prospect in baseball.
And Willie is the number one catcher in baseball.
Well, yes. But he also has a big payday coming his way.
Well, he's due it for sure.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, but outside of that, the draft is the draft, and 40 fucking rounds. So that's a lot.
Insane.
There is a lot.
I mean, that just like, well, and Matt Holliday's son went one overall.
He's one overall. He looks like he's 2.
Yeah. I saw someone on Twitter. I can't remember the handle, or I'd shout him out, but it was like, congrats to whatever his name is, Holiday, the first ever #1 draft pick in the MLB draft to start a middle school baseball game later in the afternoon. I was like, oh, because he looks like he's 12 years old.
Yeah, he does. Their Cubs second rounder, Jackson Ferris, is a dude as well. I like that kid.
Again, I don't know, so I can't contribute to this conversation. So this is just you right now.
I'm just checking up on their third day picks. There's still one more day. Yeah, that's
crazy.
Yeah. So I'll do some digging into it over the weekend probably, and just kind of dig in and really see if they have any hidden gems. And then on top of that, you've got the whole bonus pool, and you got people going under slot and over slot, and we got to see where the money shakes out, and go from there. Because
that's what's crazy to me about the baseball draft, though, right? Like,
yep.
NFL doesn't have this. Like, you have the draft. If you are a 1 through
you have a set money.
You're pretty much signing like a contract, and the only reason you're not playing the NFL is if you don't make the roster. Like,
right.
It's so crazy to me that all these guys, like these kids, are getting drafted in high school, and we may never see them at the major league level ever. I mean, in any capacity at all. It's just
it's a hard game. I mean, we've got baseball has got the most unique entry ramp in that you have to grind for a few years after you're signed to even get to the league that they paid you for.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
Did you see Manfred's comments today?
Oh, yeah. He's an asshole.
Like, what?
The minor leaguers do not make a living wage. There is a whole Instagram.
Die on this hill? Like, just gonna die on this hill, huh?
I guess. There's a whole Instagram account, Minor League Grinders. Follow them. They give you a real good insight to what these kids go through.
To potentially, hopefully, maybe. But so do you think that's what I'm trying to think, how do I want to word this? So do you think that is what we are pushing with football, with these different leagues, the USFL, the XFL, the Arena Football League that Rick is doing on Saturday, which shout out to you, Rick. That's going to be awesome. He's co-hosting or jumping on the halftime show at the Jacksonville Sharks game. Like, cause think about that. He posted what those guys were making in the chat the other day, and it was like, I don't remember what the number was off the top of my head.
It was low.
But do you think that's an environment that we're starting to breed now in football? Because
I don't think so.
It's going to be the same capacity, right? Because like, they're going to have practice 4 times a week, so it's hard to have a full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to commit to, and like, all of these guys, like, the ultimate goal is to go to the NFL. So when you're not practicing that, you're practicing other skill sets.
I don't know.
So you
It
said
never
you
turned
you
the
said no.
CFL.
What's the difference? You think?
I just think that they are just separate leagues. You know, a lot of people for a long time thought maybe the CFL could be like a minor league for the NFL. It's so close. It's same style of football, blah blah blah. But I just with baseball being more like hand-eye coordination and more like mental physical combination skill there versus football just run and hit them throw run. I mean there's nuance with routes and depths and all that stuff. You know, there's I'm not saying football
Right.
is dumb, but I think that the physical toll on players is obviously much worse in the NFL. And I don't think anybody would want to go through like a quote unquote meaningless game to just have a chance to make it. I think that's what college is, you know, because I can't come out as high school freshman, you know,
Right, but I mean,
or
they're
high
still
school seniors. I mean,
like think about what the hell is my dog doing? That's why you don't have dogs in the fucking studio because he runs around with the fucking ball playing with
nice.
it. But I mean, I think that's kind of what like think about that though, because like Jordan Ta'amu, like or Heineke, like right,
Hmm.
Taylor Heineke to go to Washington, like that was, you know, yes, it's a different league, I get it, but like he was taking those XFL paychecks while committing essentially to doing the same full-time gig
Right.
until he went to the NFL.
I'd have to
You know,
imagine
I think
there's.
obviously
Go ahead.
I just I think it's different and I agree with you, but I think it's very similar, but it's it's still new for football, right? Like we
Right.
don't look at it like a bad thing. Like it's for baseball, it's like, oh, you know, hey, these guys should be paid more. Like I agree, you agree. The world, as if you're a decent human fucking being and you like sports and you enjoy the game of baseball, you agree.
Mm-hmm.
But for football, it's kind of like we're kind of like, well, these guys should be thankful to be playing the sport they love, right?
Eh. Yeah. I don't know. I
Just
don't
because
get.
it's new, right? But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you see how how I guess we can kind of justify it.
So again though, it's. I don't think for one of the points I was going to make is I think the NFLPA most likely has in every contract some sort of like no official formation of a minor league. You know what I mean?
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Because again, like the rosters are already huge. It's 53, baseball's 40, and there's you know what I mean. There's 162 games. The NFL has 53. There's already a lot of dudes. Then there's practice squads. Like I just don't see. I don't see the need for a minor league, and I don't see. I can see like the XFL and USFL and what all the FLs uh, being an unofficial quote unquote minor league for football, but I don't think it'll ever be a
Oh, I don't.
true minor league. I think, and I want to see how some of these dudes really fare coming from these leagues because there's a reason they're there.
Oh, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. But I mean the same again, and I'm just playing devil's advocate because it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
We could say the exact same thing about baseball,
I don't know if you
right? Like,
can. I think a hit's a
well, hold
hit in
on. How many
football.
times do we see these guys randomly come up, like these random prospects come up? Or, I mean, take it back to Moneyball, the movie Moneyball.
Mm-hmm.
Like Billy Bean, that kid was a guaranteed first round prospect, going to be elite, going to be great, and it was a flop. But then there's the guys, you know, that come out around 38, 39, and they just become these superstars, you know,
Mm-hmm.
whereas for NFL, it's like Tom Brady drafted in round 6. That would be like being drafted in round like 36 for baseball,
Right.
you know. Um I just there's similarities, but there's obviously differences, right? Because I agree with you, there's never going to be like an official formal football minor league,
Hmm.
right? Like the way baseball is set up. I agree that's never going to happen. Um,
I
but
mean,
I think that
football.
these leagues unofficially become that.
In football, these dudes retire like super early too. I mean, Eddie Goldman just
Yeah.
retired. He's 28. You know what I mean? He just signed 2 weeks ago with the Falcons, which is like maybe he realized they are that bad and was like, all right, I gotta get out of here.
Well, I mean, it's the Chicago Bears 2.0 experience, right? Like he's just Brian Pace is like, "Hey, you were a Bear when I was there. Come
Remember,
to
remember
Atlanta."
me? Remember me?
And it's like, what the hell? Like I just, woo. So let's move on to. We'll stick to baseball a little bit. We'll move on to Derby.
It was fun.
Did it? So I didn't obviously I didn't watch it, but live. But I watched highlights of it. What about the controversy?
Ah, it's it's home run derby. If you're betting on home run derby and you get screwed out of money, like you shouldn't be betting.
Oh, I don't give a shit about betting. Fuck betting. I think it's interesting that there's controversy behind it, right?
Yeah, but I
And
think it's
that
mostly manufactured. I don't give a shit if
and
Schwarber missed out on one home run. Like he should have hit
oh
more.
right. Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I
I just
mean?
think it's great. Talk about the balls on Juan Soto. Dude,
Yeah.
he declines that $440 million contract and what, 48 hours later, if that, wins the fucking Derby?
So I don't think it's super. I think it was smart of him to decline that because
Oh
he
yeah.
is. If he's not the top like hitter in baseball, he's one of the three best hitters in baseball, and he is 23.
Oh yes.
And he still has team control for a couple of years. He needs to be paid more than Anthony Rendon on an average. Because the number is big, but the other number attached to it, that 15, is also real big. So it averages out, and he is worth way more than 30 million a year.
Yeah. Oh, my Zoom is freezing.
Uh-oh,
Whoops.
you there? Can you hear me?
Oh, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
can hear you.
Oh yeah. Oh
Can you
yeah.
hear me? Oh, there we go. Okay. So, I thought it was I mean, obviously maybe ballsy was the wrong term.
Smart. It was smart of him,
I
but
meant like
it was
well,
it
smart
was
of
a
him,
baller
yeah,
move.
but even oh yeah, wow,
Fuck
there
your
to win that
440.
fucking that bat flip, dude, his adrenaline had to have been fucking pumping, bro. Pumping. I
But
just
I think
and
the real
then
star
that
of the
was
show, the real star of the show was Julio Rodriguez.
he made more money last night than
Yep.
he's making all year for baseball.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No,
That's
the
crazy,
sad thing about that is they just raised the major league minimum this year, and he's still
Isn't
making
that
more.
I just think it's nuts that like like he's he made more in one night, right? Just fucking around with the boys. So I do wish Otani was in the Derby though.
So I think that a lot of the big lefties, like Schwarber's gonna do it because it's Schwarber. Like he's a fucking jock homer bro,
Well,
and we love him. Except for right now, I'm a little mad at him because he didn't put Pujols away. But
yeah,
that
was
was
depressing.
well. That's why you also saw Jose Ramirez bat righty. He's got more power from the left side, but he batted righty because of the ballpark.
Yeah.
You know, um, which is funny because I think Juan Soto is left-handed, and he won. So
That is funny. That is funny. So, well, and I know we talked about it previously with Otani's contract, right? Like he's going to be looking at like almost $670 million.
who is Otani? Is
Otani, yeah.
I mean he's. I'm gonna look it up right now.
I mean, I think it was it Fangraphs, the like the wins per or dollar per win
Oh
calculator.
yeah.
Put him at like it was $9 million a year as a pitcher, $9 million a year as a hitter, which came out to like $18 million a year or something. I don't remember what it was, but over the 15 years the contract came out to like 600 and some odd $1 million. Like it was stupid. Stupid.
It's going to be wild. Like he's only got, after this year, he's got one more arbitration eligible year, and then he's a free agent. But he's also 28.
What if Suzuki recruited him to Chicago?
That'd be wild. We couldn't afford him because we're about to pay out the ass for Juan Soto.
We could afford him. Our owners will not afford him.
I'm just playing in the reality box.
But hey, if that reality is we sign Juan Soto, I am in that box.
I wish. I was looking at the Cubs prospects. Let me pull that back up. To get a Soto-like player, they would most likely have to trade a Nico Horner, Brennan Davis, probably Caleb Killian, probably Jordan Wicks. So right there, you've got 7, 6. Brennan Davis, number 1 overall, plus probably a couple of other dudes from the major league roster. Maybe even Happ for a one-year deal. It would be insane the amount of prospect capital they would have to give up, and then, pay him.
Maybe we just do what the Red Wings did and just sign a big free agent.
Who'd they sign?
Instead of David Perron from St. Louis Blues.
Yeah.
And I'm only mentioning that right now because my buddy Rusty is watching and he's a big Red Wings fan.
Oh, nice.
When he's not a Blues fan, so he's a Blues fan bandwagoner when they win the shit.
Is he a St. Louisian?
Really, he's an Alaskan.
Oh. Interesting. But Juan Soto is one of those weird moves. He's 23, so he still is growing into his.
Mentioned that. Do you do that trade?
As a fan, yes. As a fan, yes, because I'm giving up Nico, who I think is probably on his way to being an amazing shortstop.
Yeah.
And, he's been great. That he should have been an all-star this year.
What a snub, yep.
You're giving up Brennan Davis, who we've all been pumped about, but you're trading your Brennan Davis futures for Juan Soto futures, a guy who has been in the league for 4 years. He's got an established track record, and he would just fucking mash at Wrigley.
Yeah, dude.
So
yes, he would.
I tend to say yeah, and then sign him to whatever he wants. And
then people that had Giovanni Soto jerseys actually can wear their jerseys again.
Boom. What if he just picks the same number?
Oh. Tommy Ricketts, if you're listening, my dog. Fans everywhere would thank you.
So, I think
not
so.
Not just because the jerseys, because I just want Juan Soto on the Cubs.
Right, so do I. But I don't think it's actually going to happen for the Cubs because they're not a Juan Soto away of competing even in the next 3 years. I think they've got some good young dudes coming up, but it's all going to rely on pitching. I think that Horton dude can fly through the minor leagues. He's got an advanced feel for pitching, I think.
Well, and big game experience, right?
Yeah, exactly. 13 strikeouts in the championship game. Still lost.
Yeah.
It's insane. A lot of people were talking about how he started out the year as a third baseman. And, yeah, he did that. And then he was a reliever because he was working back from Tommy John surgery. And they did it the right way. And also, by the way, that dude can hit.
Yeah, yeah.
So
See, that's what
it'll be
that's
an
the crazy thing
interesting
about
couple of
baseball is you just
weeks.
never know, right? It's like it's rolling the dice, it's a gamble.
Yeah, which is why I think to get a young player of Juan Soto's caliber, you make that prospect trade
I agree.
because that's all you're holding on to hope. Yeah, you think it's young, controllable hope, but
Hmm. It's like, yes, we would all love for Brendan Davis to be that guy, but we know Soto is that guy. So,
right.
yeah, 100%. No, I agree with you there. 100%. But we know the Ricketts are the Ricketts, and, you know.
Soon to be seen, I guess.
Yeah.
We got a couple of weeks left.
Yeah, that's true. I think we end up selling, but
Oh yeah, we do.
we'll
We
see.
definitely
We'll
do.
see what
We're
we end up selling.
sellers. I mean, Robertson's gone. Happ is probably gone. Contreras is
Which
gone.
is really depressing because I really love Ian Happ.
I love Ian Happ, and I love.
He's a Bearcat. He's a great dude. He's been great for the Cubs. I just like this is the season that we've all been waiting for Ian Happ.
Mm-hmm.
This is the season that we have expected of Ian Happ, and it's like, okay, cool, we get it. Now we're gonna trade.
Yeah, I had hope last year that at least one of the guys would come back and sign with the Cubs after being traded, but they spent their whole careers outside of Rizzo with the one organization, and then they found life outside of that organization, and they were like, well, okay, it's a business.
Keith in the chat says, didn't Davis have back surgery? Yes, he did. Correct.
He did, and he actually might be playing again before the end of the year because it was like a best case scenario for his injury.
I'm disappointed because I think he would have been at that Legends game we were going to.
Who? Brendan Davis?
Yeah.
Is it minor leaguers too?
I don't know.
I thought it was just Legends, like old dudes.
Oh, maybe.
Kyle Farnsworth.
I hope he charges the mound, dude.
Have you seen him? He's a monster.
Can't wipe his own ass, but charges the mound because he's so fucking big. Yeah, he's a big dude now. So, and then still nothing on Deshaun Watson. Waiting on that.
Lots of rumors.
Today we're like 2 to 6 games. Is that what we're hearing now?
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on there.
That'll be very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, I'm thinking that we'll have something probably Friday. I think Friday might be the day we learn. There's been all of these rumors and leaks, and they're getting more frequent. And I think rookies check into training camp this weekend. So.
Yes, I believe that's correct. The 26th, I think.
Boys,
because full training camp for the Bears starts the 29th.
We are at the doorstep of football.
We are.
Just getting ready.
You know how else we knew that without training camp starting? We got the Madden ratings.
These stupid things.
I think it's great that Christian Kirk got an $84 million contract, and it's only an 81 overall in fucking Madden. Okay. TJ Watt, right? Riddle me this one. Didn't he set the sack record last year?
Yeah, I think so.
Didn't he win Defensive Player of the Year last year?
Did he?
I'm asking you to.
I'm looking it up.
I think he did. I'm pretty sure he did.
96 overall.
Right. Okay. How the fuck is he a 96 overall?
Man, I am not in the room when they smoke the crack that they have to be smoking for some of these ratings.
Did you see which defensive end is a 99?
I did.
How does that happen? Somebody went on a Vision Quest.
Oh my god, yeah. They smoked
Like,
some ketamine and just let her rip.
that is a straight up Vision Quest. We got a comment in the chat says Red Wings are going to the playoffs. I don't think so. Probably not yet. I think you're still a few pieces away, but we'll see. But I can't talk shit. Like, we can't talk shit because the Hawks are definitely not going anywhere.
No, they might be buying
anytime.
tickets like individually to go to a playoff game.
Yeah, though they will.
Yeah, 2021 he was the defensive player of the year and had a NFL record 22 and a half sacks.
Oh man, and he's a 96, and Myles Garrett's a 99. How many sacks did Myles Garrett have last year?
Let me look that up.
I appreciate you using your fast Wi-Fi to do that for me.
Fast Wi-Fi, slow brain.
That's what vitamins do, baby. I don't know if you guys noticed, I'm back
Vitamins.
drinking off of my antibiotics for my amputated toe, drinking the seltzers, the hard Mountain Dews. Pretty good.
16.
How many?
16. So almost 10
Okay, so 16,
less.
10 less sacks, and is rated higher.
It's something to do with like speed scores and athletic, like RAS scores and stuff like that. They have a homeless guy out back they poke with a stick and he just shouts out numbers. I disagree with Travis Kelce being a 98 and George Kittle being a 97.
Yeah.
Roquan is, let's see, I think he's an 89.
Not even a 90? Come on, man.
Yeah.
There's a question in chat that says, what's up with the home run derby? There was controversy about whether or not home runs were awarded correctly. If you watch the video, it doesn't show them, and they changed the like camera views, and they come up on the score. But like we said here, there's no reason that Kyle Schwarber should have been anywhere close to Old Man Pujols.
Yeah, and I think one of the ones that they didn't show, they did, because it hit the grass and then bounced into the stands. I don't think he hit. I don't think there was an extra one. I don't think he got shorted out of one. I think Carl Ravitch is just a fucking terrible home run announcer.
Well, I think that's what was confusing for a lot of people because, like, I think it was what Pujols, like for the first one, he was like, and much like other one, first one is a home run. It wasn't.
No.
And he's calling it a home run, and he did it for the second one too, and it's like, oh, and another one, and it wasn't. So it's like if you just listen to it, you're like, wait a minute, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, it was fun to watch though.
We got another one. Chase isn't even a top 15 wide receiver in Madden, but he's a top 3 wide receiver in his mind. He's smoking that same shit that I think Chase was like an 83 overall. I think Chase was smoking that shit that Madden ratings.
Chase, Jamar Claypool. Chase? Oh, Chase Claypool.
Well, sorry, let me rephrase that. I think Jamar Chase is an 87, I think, in the game. Which is still fucking laughable that they got Amari Cooper at 90 and Jamar Chase at 87. But the comment is just Chase isn't even a top 15 wide receiver in Madden. No, he's talking Jamar Chase. So there's 14 receivers in the league better than Jamar Chase right now?
No.
All right, so if you work at EA Sports and you are on the Madden ratings team, if you ever have an opening in your fantasy football league, please, 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 please give me a call. I would love to join your league. I'm very bad at the game. I will give you all of my buy-in fees and not do anything. Because if you think there's 14 receivers in the league better than Jamar Chase, I want in that league. I would say Jamar is the top 7 receiver.
Yeah, he has to be. trying to figure out this Madden thing. Here we go. Found a website. I'm baked, so it doesn't work for me. There we go.
So wrestling says switch gears. If Theory wins the title, I'll never watch WWE ever again. I believe Roman drops it to Lesnar because he's needing time off, but they'll give it to Theory. If they give it to Theory, I'll be pissed. So I agree. I think Roman loses to Lesnar at SummerSlam. I do think Theory attempts to cash in, but I think he actually fails. I think that is going to be a nice twist. I'm eager to see. We were supposed to get TV 14 Raw yesterday, did not get it, so I'm eager to see when that switch comes. We can get some more blood and guts on there, Ryan. I know you're excited for that.
Especially the guts.
I know you like being all up in guys' guts. I mean, you like seeing the guys' guts.
Open them up. Open up them guts.
So now I guess my question out there is, if you're watching, because we got 2 wrestling fans watching that I know of at least, who wins? Liv Morgan? Oh, Liv Morgan, baby, or Ronda Rousey? Drop us in the comments. Let us know who you think. I actually think Ronda wins the title back.
Really? I thought she was bored of wrestling.
Maybe. I think her thing was she didn't want to like quit her life for wrestling. But who knows? I guess we'll find out in about a week, right? It's a week from this weekend, so almost 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks.
And which event is this?
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam, that's right.
So we got 1 no, they think there'll be interference, and then we got 1 yes, Ronda, and that'll set up the Charlotte Flair return, which makes sense.
It does.
Because that's who I would think Charlotte Flair would want to come back for. It'll be interesting.
I saw that weird video with the owner of the new Springfield Lucky Horseshoes, Jeff Jarrett, putting a boot in Ric Flair's head. That was
he's also the
wild.
special guest referee at SummerSlam.
Who, Jeff Jarrett?
Yeah, for the Usos versus the Street Profits in the tag team title match.
Crazy.
And I actually think that match will tell us whether or not what's going to happen with Reigns. I don't think they'll take both belts from the Bloodline on the same event. So I think if the Usos win that, Reigns will retain his title. I think if the Usos win that, Reigns will lose his title. I don't think they're not going to take both sets of belts from them on the same event. Or maybe they will, just to shock everybody. Who knows?
They need some sort of new pivot away from the current payout scandals. Can you believe it? They took the titles away from the Bloodline?
Yeah, well, I saw a thing the other day. It was like Vince McMahon paid more for sex than he did the WCW.
That's true.
Which is accurate reporting. So I'm eager also because SummerSlam is also the big, usually the big return of somebody. Like last year's Becky Lynch. It's just always the big return of a superstar. So I'm eager to see who it is. So tell us who you think it'll be in the comments.
Who do you think it'll be?
I actually agree with one of the commenters. I think it'll be Charlotte Flair. I think we'll see her. I hope it's we've been seeing these cryptic messages that Edge will be coming back. We think it's Edge. Everyone doesn't really know.
Right.
But I actually think they're delaying that until it goes back TV 14, because if they're going to bring him back darker than original than he was, then I think it'll have to be when it's TV 14 so they can really get dark with him.
So is that going to affect the broadcast times?
I don't know. I don't know how that works. I think they still have the same time because like I think AEW is 14, isn't it? If you're in the comments,
I think so.
I think AEW is 14 because that's how they had that like. Remember that blood match or whatever? Who was watching that and sending us pictures? Was that Rob or was that Keith?
I think it was Keith. No, it might have been Rob.
But that's what the WWE has been missing, right? Like, so if you're gonna bring back Edge with a super dark, like, bring back some crazy fucking like, he's legit lost his mind from being turned on by Judgment Day and stuff like that.
Oh, turned on, not turned on.
Oh.
That's exactly where my mind went.
Hey, Chip, so let me ask you a question. In your matches, you ever popped a boner? Next time we bring him on, be like, actually, Ryan, since you fucking brought it up.
I got a boner.
Oh, fuck. I hope we don't wish that upon him. He's still got the belt. Still got the championship.
Good. I
Can't
like
fuck
him.
with Chip Walker. Party man, party man. So we got next week. We got Funny Man joining us on Tuesday. That'll be exciting.
Yes.
I'm pumped to get his thoughts on conference realignment, and actually get his kind of thoughts on the Cincinnati Alabama game from an Alabama fan. Because I have my thoughts on it, right? But I like both.
Right.
I like both, so I have my thoughts on it. So I'm curious to just kind of see his real thoughts on it, and obviously to talk about conference realignment with him. And he's so fucking funny. Like, I think it'll be one of those things where we're cracking up laughing the whole time because of shit he says. He's also from Birmingham, so I think he was at every USFL game.
Really? That'll be an interesting perspective to get.
If I remember correctly, he was at every single one. If not every single one, he was at most of them. So that'll be cool I just thought about that. So that'll be cool to kind of talk to him about and kind of get his thought process and feedback there,
Right.
And then we've got Brad from the Nemesis Fighting Alliance, a amateur MMA club here in St. Louis coming on August 5th. I just locked that one down today. So that'll be cool. And then we've still got working on that last big guest that we're not going to release yet, but working on locking them down.
Yes, excellent. I think Blake and I are both very tired, and you can tell by the great energy we have tonight.
Hey, look, we're out here, we're grinding, we're doing it, baby. We're living it up. Living it up. Also, I think the 10:15 thing is hard for us because it's 10:15 at night.
It's true. It's true.
But we'll keep grinding, baby. We'll keep putting out the content. We'll keep pushing forward for our peeps. All of y'all out there, we love you. We appreciate you. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you share it to a friend. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Don't forget, our merch store is live. You can look fly like us in our BAM Sports Shows at shirts that neither of us have on.
I totally have one on right now. I don't know what you are talking about.
I got a Project Rock t-shirt. So, all right, y'all. Well, that's all the time we have for tonight. We appreciate you guys hopping on and checking us out. We will see you back here on Friday. Probably not on YouTube. Ryan's got a wedding.
Yeah.
I told him to cancel it. He did not like that. So I think it'll just be us on the audio, so we'll get that podcast out to you on Wednesday. I will not be coming at you live from a creepy cabin this week, so that'd be nice.
Yeah, but it was like better internet cabin, so
it was
all the spirits.
They had better fucking Wi-Fi than I do in my house. It's stupid. So, all right, guys. Keith says it's me. I'm the big guest. I love you, buddy. You are not the big guest for the show, though. Wish you were. So, all right, guys, we will see you on Friday. As always, thanks for checking us out.
You'll hear us on Saturday. See ya.
Yeah, see you guys. Bye.